One thing about me, I believe in love. I believe in love, child. So I decided to give you guys a Valentine's and a Valentine special. So I'll be interviewing a few YouTubers, and then yeah, stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Michelle VB and I welcome you to my channel and I really hope you enjoy my content, and if you do, please hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you can be notified as soon as I upload new content. For my returning subscribers, welcome back as always. So guys, this is going to be a really fun video to do. I received a request from one of my friends, Loni. I hope I'm saying it right. Ah, me pronouncing some of these names is not a good thing, but I'm at least trying. So she's doing a fun thing for Valentine's, where she asked a few couples to do some questions that she gave us and all of that. And I'm really so excited to do this. So thank you, Sony, for asking me to do this as well. Hubby would have been here, but he's at work, so it's been going a bit tough at the moment with us moving and getting everything packed and him at work and so far from home. So yeah, he definitely knows about this video and he told me I can say anything I want to and I can share everything I feel like sharing. So I'm definitely going to be honest and true in all of these answers, and I'm going to try to add a few stories to it as well, because we have quite of a love story, and while to me it's a very special, and it was hard sometimes, but it's also a special way that we got connected. And so, yeah, I'm happy to share all of these things with you guys. And I just want to say, Thony, good luck with this project that you're working on. You are amazing and talented, and your videos is always so much fun to watch. It's such a vibe, and your personality is just amazing, and I'm so lucky to be a part of your project. So let's continue on to the questions, and I hope I'm not making it too long, but she said that there's no time limit on this because this month of February is all about love, and she wants people to know that love really exists, and that there's a lot of stories out there that we are not all aware of. So I'm happy to really be part of this journey and this project of yours. So let's make it a great one. So let's get into it. Okay, guys. So I have all the questions on my extra phone because I'm recording on my phone. She said that we don't have to answer all the questions if we are not um, comfortable with it, but I'm going to try to do all of the questions and see what I can share with you guys and what not. But I know I just said it, but I think this is so nice. It's such a nice and special project because um, there's so many people out there who really got hurt with love. I was one of them, and actually, there's a lot of people who start disbelieving in love and think that it doesn't exist, or that people don't love each other, and that's not true because um, yeah, I mean, we all go through stuff, and me and hubby's journey taught us that God has a plan with everything, and each thing you go through is a lesson for you to be better in the future. And so that's why I always say, don't give up on love just because you got hurt by someone who didn't care, and that person was never planned for you. But if that person was planned for you, he maybe you got hurt, but after your paths sided and it comes back together, you know that that was meant to be. You two are meant to be, and that's what happened with me and hubby. I'm gonna share the questions. Hopefully, there's a question where I can answer it, but if not, I will definitely still share that story. So not there's not a lot of people that does know the story, just the close ones. And I'm happy to share it with you guys for the sake of love, so that maybe there's someone out there also maybe got hurt through someone they really love, and both of them split, and maybe after a while they will get back together, and that will just show that it's meant to be. So, guys, I'm gonna continue with the questions because I'm talking too much already. So, because I'm really excited for this video, I've been waiting to record it. She already asked me like in the beginning of the year, but it was just so hectic, and I just said, listen, today I have to do it because I really want to. So, yeah. So let's get into it. So the first question is, how did you meet? So this is actually a very nice story. Well, in our time growing up, I mean, I'm a 1992 baby and he's a 1989 baby. So I was in grade 11. So it was in the beginning of the year. I think it was about this, around this time. I can't remember exactly the month that we met, but I think it was about around in January, beginning of February, because I know we did spend Valentine's together. So my friend of my friends, I'm not gonna call names. She knows who she is. We're not really friends anymore, but yeah. Okay, so we were friends at that time, very close friends, and she were friends with Michael, and she was friends with me. So we were in the school together, and he was not in the school. So she the one day asked me, listen, I've got this boy who I'm friends with who needs to have a like a friend, a girlfriend, to just chat with a bit and all of that. So I said, she asked me, can I give you his number so that he can add you on MIXIT? Yes, we still used MIXIT at that time. So I said, yeah, sure, we can talk. I mean, there's no harm in it as long as he doesn't do strange things and talk about strange things and all of that. So she said, okay, it's fine. So she gave him my number, and then he invited me on MIXIT, and we started chatting. Okay. So immediately the names were a thing. Like, I'm Michelle, he's Michael. Okay. So we started chatting and we just connected immediately. We loved the same things. We could talk for hours, and there was no like, that's gonna start sound strange, but there was no sexual talking, nothing like that. We just wanted to get to know each other. So now I'm like, I really like this boy. We've exchanged photos of how we look, and I was like, I really like this boy, and I just like how I'm gonna make a plan to meet him without being it dangerous, and not me doing it alone, and without my parents being like, you crazy. So I said, okay, I'm gonna give it a few days and just see how it goes, if it's, if we are still connecting and all of that. So it really went well. So it was about a week's time, and he's like, I really want to meet you, and how can we do it? And I'm like, "Ish, how am I going to do this without getting in trouble or anything like that?" So I went to my mom and I said, listen, my friend gave me my number to this boy, and we started talking on MIXIT, and I think I really like him, and he wants to meet me. So she's like, okay, let's just find out how he wants to go about it and all of that. And he's like, he is willing to come through to this side to meet me and everything. And he knew the school I was in because he was in that school a few years before, like back. So my mom said, okay, it's fine. He can come and visit. We can meet. So he came. It was on a Friday, so he came through early. He came with the train because he didn't have any other transport. So that's already showed me that he really wanted to meet me. So that was really nice. So he came through with his big bag. He had this big sports bag. I think it's a cricket bag that he had, and he had his clothes and everything packed into it. And he he came like during the day. I was still in school, and we came early, and he let me know, listen, I'm in Springs, can I quickly see you at the fence at the school? So some of our classes were like at the fence, and there was like a small wall you can look over. And I was like, okay, I hope I'm not going to get in trouble for this. But that was during our break. I think it was the first break, the morning break. Um, I said, okay, let's do it, but I'm really hoping I'm not getting in trouble, that nobody sees me, no teacher sees me, and anything like that. Because when I was in school, I was like, don't like to get in trouble at all. I was the good girl. So he's like, no, we won't get in trouble. We won't do anything bad or anything. I just want to meet you. So I called the friend that gave my number to him, and I said, listen, Michael is on his way to meet me. Can you please be here as well, just to make sure that it's really him? And so then when I looked across over the wall, he was on his way walking, and I immediately blushed, guys. This was red, like crazy red, and he was like, he gave me immediately the name like Bluesy. In Afrikaans, blush is blues, so he called me Bluesy. So I was like, really? And him saying that name, Bluesy, made it worse. Like my ears and everything was like red, 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 red. So we started chatting over the wall and everything. And then when break's over, he went to the internet cafe to do whatever he's do so that he can wait for me for after school. So then he's like, let me know when it's second break. I want to see you again. I was like, okay, this guy really likes me then. If he really wants to see me again. I mean, I'm in my school clothes, and I'm not looking the best, and he wants to see me again. So I'm like, okay. As second break came, the same thing, we met again. And once again, he did the same thing, told me Bluesy and red all over again. So that was crazy, but I felt everything was like I got butterflies and everything. It was just I was in love immediately. So after school, he came to fetch me at the gate. He carried my bag. I mean, grade 11 bags were like heavy, a lot of books. So I was too happy he decided to carry my bags. So my dad was working like at the back of the school, the side of the school, across from the road. My dad's office were there. He were working for the police. Okay. So I arranged with my dad, listen, we are coming after school. He's already here. We are coming to you, and then you can take us home and all of that. So I said, okay. So my dad was fine with it. I'm so happy with that. So then we walked to his office, and everyone there is like, oh, you've got a boyfriend. And I was like, no, no, we just met and all of that. So my dad said, no, Michael asked my dad, listen, I want to take her to Wimpy for a lunch. Would that be fine with you? And my dad looked at him and he said, okay, I will tell you now. I just had to go and do something. So I bet he went over and phoned my mom and was like, listen, this boy wants to take Michelle to Wimpy. Is that fine? So I just think they felt that they could trust him. And they said, yes, it's fine. You can go and have you can go to Wimpy, because Wimpy was like just next to the school. It was very close. So we walked to Wimpy, and already on the first date, he took me for lunch, and I didn't even like. Normally, when you go out and you meet new people, you are very shy, and with him, it wasn't like that. I was a little bit shy, but I wasn't feeling like, listen, I can't eat, and everything like that. So we had a burger and chips, and we both had a cream soda flat. So that was another thing we had in common. So afterwards, we went home, and he spent the weekend there. He slept in a different room. So it was the first time that my mom actually allowed someone to sleep over. So I was like, okay. But she said, listen, that room, that room. So, okay, sure, that's no problem at all. And he was quite honest immediately with my parents. He was like, um, I'm smoking and all of that. And they worked it out. So that is how we met. And guys, I mean, that's just in our time at that time, that was like a really huge thing. Um, in today's life, it's quite easier to meet people, but it's so dangerous. And even that could have been dangerous, but thank goodness the Lord was with us and He knew, like, listen, this guy won't hurt you or anything like that. And I think what helped the thing is that my friend knew him. So that really helped. So, yeah, that's how our story started and that's how we met. So the second question is, when did you meet? That was in 2009. So like I said, I think it was about around this time, January, end of January, beginning February. And yeah. So the third question is, what attracted you to your partner? So that's quite easy for me to explain. Um, it's the way he smiled when when he saw me, the way he spoke to me, and immediately making me feel so comfortable. And he didn't try to force anything on me immediately, and he wasn't like that at all. So and I could feel his love and affection through just the way he spoke to me and the words he was saying to me. I mean, the moment he met me, he already was like, Lucy, he had that touch, that he had that touch without touching me. And it sounds very crazy, but that's how I felt at that moment. I felt special because the way he spoke to me on MIXIT was the way that he was in real life, and that's what it made it just click like that. So, and then another thing is, we connected straight away. Like, we like the same thing, we like the same music, we love to sing. Both of us love to sing, and so that made it special. So, yeah, that's what attracted me. And there's a lot of other stuff, knowing him through the years, that it's like, yo, like sometimes even till today, like some days I will feel like I don't feel pretty today, then he will tell me, yo, you look so pretty today. And stuff like that, that he just knows when to say what, and that he loves me for me. And that's the biggest thing of it all. Okay, so do you remember your first date? How was it? Can you tell me about your first date? So I actually just did, but that wasn't count. That didn't really count as a first date. That was just, yeah. Well, it could be a first date, but our first date, like, that I feel like was our date, was the same day. We went home with my parents and everything. He slept over. So the Saturday, um, we spent the day. I can't even remember what we did during the day, but later the night we were like, we're gonna do pizza night. So my mom had this pizza oven thingy. So we made our own pizza dough and everything like that. Um, and we made pizzas, and then afterwards we watched movies and stuff like that. And the day on that Saturday, actually, we were watching a movie, and he knows the movie word for word. What's the movie's name now? I can't remember. I'll add it here. He knows the movie through and through, each word. He was like, before the people say it on the TV, he said it. So he was like, my mom was just looking like, this boy's crazy. But anyway, and when he took my hand, we were sitting like this on the couch. Now, because it's your first day or your first time being with this guy, and I was sitting like this, and he was sitting next to me also like this. And the next moment, he took my hand and he held it, and he was holding it so tight and everything. And I was like, "Don't leave, it's fine." My hair went numb at a point, but I was like, "No, this is nice. I really like it." And that's how the first date went. And for me, that was special. He didn't have to. We didn't have to go somewhere expensive or anything like that because I felt his love. So yeah, that was our first date. And afterwards, we always each week he came. We went to Wimpy and we had our burger and chips with our cream soda floats. That was our thing. When did you know that you are in love? Well, on Valentine's Day, he made me this beautiful portrait with a nice bow on it and everything like that. I think that's when I started being really in love and thinking I'm really in love. And yeah, it was really difficult because the distance and everything. Um, him being in it's Alberton. It's just after Alberton. I can't remember the name, but he stayed there with his uncle. So um, only seeing him over the weekend was a bit tough, but the way we did things, and he took it slow, we took it slow, we didn't force anything on each other. And yeah, I think that was the moment. I think just after like Valentine's, and just after that, I started feeling really in love. So that was the moment I knew, listen, this boy's special. And I think I'm in love. Because all of the butterflies and everything like that is just whew. Then how did you know your partner was the one for you? Okay, so I think it's time for that part of the story. So when we were together for 5 months, so about on the fourth month, I thought, like, listen, this guy is, because that was the longest relationship I had, because the guy I dated before wasn't really like a boyfriend girlfriend thing. We like had a kiss and that was that, and we broke up like after a month. I'm not going into the details, but with Michael, he was my first real boyfriend, and it was special and everything like that. So at the fourth month of dating, I was like, listen, I think he's the one. And things happened, and sadly, we broke up. So yeah, there, my faith in love was like, nah. So yeah, I will get into that story. But yeah, that's when I thought I was in love with him. And no, not thought I was in love with him. That's when I thought he was the one. But unfortunately, we broke up after 5 months. How did you know your partner was the one? Okay, sorry, I already been through that one. Any challenges that you'll have overcome in your relationship? I think it's time for that story now. So yeah, we had obstacles, and it was at that time, and that's the reason for the breakup. Like, it was exam time, and I was in grade 11, and I wasn't the type of girl like who went out to jewels and stuff like that. I just wasn't that person. And my mom and dad didn't allow that, but I didn't even want to go and do stuff like that. So as you all know, he's singing, and the the distance make a huge um, thing, because over the exams it was difficult. So he the one things went a bit weird. Um, so we had like little arguments over a few stupid things. But he started to go and sing, do karaoke nights at O'Hagan's. I can't remember. I think it was in the one in Bradford. And I was fine with that. I wasn't happy about it because I couldn't be there with him, and I didn't like the whole vibe. Obviously, I didn't know how it is. Um, and the thing that it was so bad is because we had arguments about stupid things. And then the one night he came over before he went to O'Hagan's for a karaoke night. But during the day, when he told me he's coming over, like when we met, he had a tongue ring and he removed it for me because I didn't like it. But I didn't ask him to or anything like that. I was just like, I don't like it because I wasn't used to stuff like that. And then he was like, he took it out and he gave it to me to keep safe in my jewelry box. So I did that. And that day, he WhatsApp, oh, not WhatsApp. We didn't have WhatsApp that time. He mixed me and he said, "Listen, I'm coming over tonight. Can I please have my tongue ring back?" And I was like, "Okay, strange." We had a little bit of an argument about it and everything, but I was like, "Okay, I'm not trying to change you or anything. So if you want it back, you can have it back. I didn't ask you to take it out or anything." So when he came with the guy he was staying with at that time because he moved from his uncle and living closer to the job that he had. Guys, when he came there, it was a different man or different boy at that time. His hair was dyed black. He wore makeup. His nails were painted black. And it was not the boy that I fell in love with. So my heart was broken, and the guy, even with him, I didn't like him at all. Um, I just had a weird feeling about that guy, me and my mom. So we definitely, it was a problem. So I just left it at that night. And when he left, I was like, yo, this is not the boy I fell in love with, but okay. And I left it at that. And I spoke to another friend that I made on MIXIT. That's one of his friends. And I was listening. Michael is so strange. What should I do? And she spoke to me and she helped me and everything like that. Me and my mom had chats about it, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just a theme, like you said, because it was a rock theme. But his attitude and everything was so different that night. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I was just chilling at home and everything. I went to bed. I had exams the next day, and not what? Maths. The worst it could be. I mean, because I wasn't good in maths at all, and it was the second test of maths, which is the hardest one. I went to bed, and something woke me up during the night and told me to go on to MIXIT. And when I went on to MIXIT, guess who's online? Michael. And I said, "Are you still awake?" And he's like, "Yes." And I said, "Okay, are you home yet?" "No, we are still singing." And me being a singer, I know for a fact you can't sing that long because your voice would be gone for that. That's just how my voice is. I don't know about others, but mine was like that. And who sings from about 8 at night until 4 o'clock in the morning with you working the next day in a week's day? That was on a Wednesday. So I was like, okay. And yeah, we broke up on that day. So now I have to go to school, writing exams, with my eyes swollen from all the crying, and have to explain to each and every one of my friends why I'm crying. So that was the end of us. So yeah, that's how we broke up. So that's one of the obstacles that we really had to overcome, and we did, because here we are, happily married.